Logic. You think logic works in this friend group? What are Dice Junkies?
This is not a professional operation.
We're just going to start off with this.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the live feed. Hey, let me refresh.
Open your eyes.
There it goes. I had to reset like 3 times before I saw it.
Hey, look, it's live. I heard. Look at that. Dice Junkies is live.
Yay, Dice Junkies is live. For our whole two viewers.
Don't belittle our 2 viewers, man. I mean,
I'm not belittling 2 viewers because they're some of my best friends, especially when it's Flynn.
What are you talking about, man? We already got a like.
Well, right now the 2 viewers are me and Q. And then when Flynn jumps in,
I'm kind of annoyed we don't have 2 likes.
Well, I put a like up. Did you put a like up?
We might need to refresh then.
I always come in and throw a thumbs up.
Now it's showing 2.
There you go.
Our
best fans are ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Our best friends between Jarek and Flynn usually join in the chat, but every now and then we'll get my buddy Mike from across the pond. But God bless him. He's dealing with some family medical issues right now, and thoughts and prayers to him and his family, and hopefully everything comes out okay. It's he's not watching now, but he'll watch later. So, brother, I'm still thinking and praying for you, my man, and hopefully, you'll be able to have a better 2026 than the end of your 2025.
Indeed. And not to take away from our well wishes, but let's hope all of us can say that about 2026.
It's a new year. Woo!
2025, other than the pandemic time frame, was probably one of the worst years of this century for me. I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, it was a horrible year. So yes, I hope we all have a much better 2026. Because I was terrified to open that door, but we're going through it whether we want to or not.
2025 wasn't that bad for me. So.
Shut up.
You props to you, bro. You weathered a storm that some of us didn't weather all that well. I feel like I aged 5 years in the past 12 months.
I can find some grief for you. I can get you some grief. You need some grief, man?
No, we know you had some
unhappiness.
I mean, yours was you had some stuff. I had some stuff, but collectively, 2/3 of us dealt with a lot of shit. But
I'm going into 2026 with several organs missing, at least one, but several pounds of flesh, effectively.
And we
got 4 scars.
We both had those removed in 2025, but I also had a new knee in 2025. So I'm beating you in that rat race.
Yeah, and I had hernia. I mean, like I said, I've been chopped into, been in the hospitals more times than I care to mention. Yeah,
fair enough. I avoided that stint of it, so touche. But hopefully, the Dice Junkies community is refraining from going to the hospital as patients, because we want you to be able to participate and watch our shows and leave us fun comments.
What's up, mofos?
All right, let's get started. Welcome to Dice Junkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And
we also have Bloodaxe. Yay!
Woo!
The only one in white.
All right, let's see here. What we got?
We got black, we got white, we got bald all over.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to laugh. I didn't see that coming. Bloodaxe's jokes usually suck. But that one was good. That was really good. Oh my God. That wasn't a dad joke. That was a nuke from that was a top rope. That sucker hit you with the Randy Savage. He's like, ah. And this is the first video of the new year. And watching Zeno on his face, him going, how do I get him back? I can see. He's like, I got to get a shot in before the show ends, but how?
It's all good. It's all fun and games. Yeah,
because he's already taken a scalpel to the knee. There ain't a lot to work with.
Dude, yeah, both of my knees are shot. And I'd have to take my limited shots and have an opportunity to do
That's
so.
fine.
But
I mean, all I got to do is go down there. He can't get away.
no. No, my car's faster than yours, but it also burns fuel quicker too. So
you better watch out. He's got some pretty protective friends down there, man. You may get jumped. I don't know.
No, those are mostly in Jackson.
All righty. Well, speaking of a new year and things ending, Anthem is got what? A few days left, 8 days, I think. Yeah, 8 days left before it is
not much
gone for good. Another sign of the times for EA.
BioWare. Isn't that BioWare?
Well, BioWare is owned by EA.
Oh, yeah, but EA will be fine. BioWare won't.
BioWare's falling off big time.
EA makes his money on sports games and other stuff, man. They won't even notice BioWare when they close it. But unfortunately, BioWare, as we've covered previously, and we're retracking over, went from a 200 plus staff down to like less than 100.
It went from 400 a couple of years ago to 200 last year, down to 100. So, yeah, I mean, it's been shrinking for a while.
So you're at 25% or less of your original staff. You've basically murdered your IP for Dragon Age, one of your biggest IPs, Mass Effect's not looking good because you brought people over from Veilguard, or as our resident, apparently top-tier comedian says, Vileguard. And now, because I have heard that there are people have tracked it down. They went and looked at the names. The internet's got the best investigators in the world. And they've looked it up and said, yeah, people from the Vileguard team are working on Mass Effect. And now your live service, your active game, which we played when it came to Game Pass, me and Bloodaxe. I don't know if Zeno ever jumped in, but I know me and Bloodaxe played quite a bit. I played, obviously, the Mage Arch type, and Bloodaxe went big, heavy, and guns. He tried to replicate his Mech Warrior build. But it's getting shut down now. So that we're probably never going to see that update or sequel that they were at least hoping for. So what franchise do they have left? Mass Effect. Is there a lot of hope for it? No.
God, I hope
I'm
so.
a fan. Oh, good, man.
I really, really hope that they pull their heads out of their rear ends and actually make a good Mass Effect game again. But I agree with you with what they did with Dragon Age, which is almost impossible to mess up. They did. And Mass Effect, which Andromeda didn't feel complete, and I think it sold pretty well. Just like with most of the other games we've had recently, who's going to be pre-ordering this stuff? We're all going to be waiting with bated breath to see if it's even worth playing going forward. Because no one's going to want to shell out $80 for a new game these days.
So after they ruin Mass Effect, they can pull out some of their old cards like Jade Empire and ruin.
There's already a better sequel to Jade Empire. Dude, I have pushed this theory and I'm not taking it away. It was on the questionnaire. These guys played Jade Empire and Where Winds Meet. You are playing the descendant of your character from Jade Empire. Because we see more ghosts in that game. I see so many dang ghosts. I'm like, God dang it. What the heck, man? I'm seeing more ghosts than I did when I literally worked for death in Jade Empire, pretty much. I'm like, dang. So, Where Winds Meet is a better sequel to Jade Empire than where we get out of Bioware. Plus, do they have enough people? That's the problem. You know, the heads are shrinking. If they needed 400 people to run before, how are they going to, at less than 25% of that, be able to put out quality? Unless they kept the best 25 people, 25%, and we know that's probably not the case because the Valgar team is still there. And if they kept them, it seems like they're doing the opposite and they're getting rid of all the talent and keeping the people that are on brand for the new modern take on everything. I'm expecting Mass Effect to be a crap show. I have very little optimism of what we're going to get out of Mass Effect.
Yeah, I mean the devs only build what they're being instructed to construct world-wise. And so I think it does kind of go with the project lead and what the vision is from the developer. So all because you kept the and Dragon Age was a beautiful game for the graphics that I saw. I didn't play the damn thing, but it was a beautiful game. So clearly there's talent, but the story writer and the directions, those are the ones that I would have the most questions about, not the people that actually program the damn thing, but the ones that are driving the ship. There's the ones I have questions with, and that, unfortunately, we just don't know who the project lead is, or do we?
Yeah. I'm looking up while we're talking. It's called Mass Effect Exodus. That's the next game, and people are. Oh no, Exodus is something else. I don't know what the heck. Now I'm confused.
Now I was curious. I was looking up how many employees Everstone Studios, which is the studio that released Where Winds Meet, had, but apparently the last time the numbers were released were back in March of 2022, where they say that the company only had 18 people. No, they said that.
No, they're running a massive online game. They've got more than 18 people.
Well, but they're also they're a subsidiary of NetEase, and NetEase apparently has 26,000 employees. So you don't.
Yeah, that may be the team that's making the decisions, but I'm sure they're tapping into that NetEase staff to run a game like this. As good as Claire Obscura was, I could see how a small team could make that. I do not know how you could be handling Where Winds Meet with 18 people.
Nah.
That seems physically impossible.
Oh yeah, no,
especially running two different servers, a China server and then a completely different server for the national server. Heck no. That would mean they got 9 people on each server. I mean, no, dude, that's not possible. Unless they're rocking some badass AI, and we need to figure out, we need their game-making AI. And if it's running stuff that well that they can do it with 18 people, then I'm going to have to change my opinion about AI, because...
All right, so the project director is Mike Gamble. What has he worked on, so we can kind of get an idea of what his work...
Yeah, I see that, Mike Gamble, yeah. He's from the original trilogy. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, okay. No. It looks like he might know. He's from Mass Effect 3, specifically. Which was the weaker of the trilogy. Not the best of the Mass Effects. Not terrible, but not the best of the Mass Effects. I'd much rather seen 1 or 2 on there. I might have even rather seen Andromeda. But just 3 does not inspire. Also, what's weird is wait a minute, where the heck are his other games? Is that all? Okay, dude, according to this, he's only done Mass Effect 3.
That's what I'm seeing.
So again, not blowing. Yeah, it's not definitely making me super excited for the next Mass Effect game, but at least he wasn't the project director of Valgard. Because if that was the case, then we know we can go ahead and just end the segment, move on to the next thing. But if he's not tainted with that travesty, then if you Mass Effect 3 was at least finished. Andromeda didn't feel that way, and they added a DLC to try to wrap it up and make it more of a pretty bow. But maybe if he goes back to his roots and sticks with that, then we'll have a better fifth game than we did for Andromeda. I don't know. Zeno, I know you're kind of the Mass Effect guru of this group. What are your thoughts on that? Would you rather see Mass Effect 3.5 or Mass Effect 5 following Andromeda?
Dude, my favorite Mass Effect was 1, when the engine and everything was way more in depth because I'm a build monkey. Andromeda was good too. You know what, Zeno, you talk on it because you played Andromeda.
I enjoyed Andromeda. I thought Andromeda was good. It was released buggy, which harmed it quite badly. And it was also one of those things where they sort of didn't come with a new story. They came with a repeat, just with different names, basically. It's like, all the stuff in Mass Effect 1 and its story were basically the same thing, just in a new location for Mass Effect Andromeda. Gameplay I thought was good. I enjoyed the combat system and the mechanics of the game. As far as story goes, though, the Mass Effect universe is huge, man. You could have done a lot of things. I think jumping on Shepard again may be a bad idea.
I just have to smile because the Aussie aliens, man. That was the thing in Andromeda that got me. I'm thinking, like, we're going to see something new. We're going to see unique. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen something different. You know what? Go like you did in original game. Have a completely non-humanoid alien race. Have something really different. Like, when you meet it, you're like, wow, this is from the edge of the galaxy. It does not resemble... Because let's be real. The bipedal form is not that efficient. Evolution really doesn't say you should keep running into bipedal aliens, man. I get it when you're doing a live action, you don't want to blow a bunch of money, so your Klingons, your Vulcans, all of them, your Cardassians or whatever they call them, you're all going to look like something an actor could dress up as. But in a video game? Huh?
You said Cardassians. I was thinking, do they all have big butts? Yeah,
But Ferengi, I might have even said it wrong. I don't know. The Cardassian, who knows? Anyway, I'm not that big on Trekkie. But my point is that I get it with live actors, budget. But in a video game, you could have showed up, man, and it could have been a plant. It could have been a plant that moves like a snake. I mean, you could have had could have something that developed where it's half mineral. You know, you can play with it. You can play with it a little bit. But just, look, its head's a little different, and it talks with an accent that sounds familiar. Have a fair, like in the original game they had that. They had some races like the Elcor that were very different. I like that. I like that there was a diversity, at least to a degree. I would have liked to have seen a new alien race be truly unique and alien to us to the point that you're like, wow, I now feel like I left the galaxy where we all kind of resemble each other and have entered a galaxy where everything went a completely different direction. But that's a personal taste thing. Because the concept is you're doing new territory in Andromeda, right? Isn't that right, Zeno? Aren't you supposed to be like way out past anyone's been?
Yeah. It's one of those things where you went into hyperspace, shot off a bunch of people, and I think by the time you got to Andromeda, everything that's happened in the Mass Effect universe would have been long turned to dust, because I think it was like a 10,000 year journey or something.
I don't know if it was that long, but I know it was long enough that, theoretically, unless you did the ending where you all became robots, everyone's dead. If you did the stupid ending, then, maybe you're still alive because you're not organic anymore. But other than that, yeah.
Let's see. Andromeda takes place 600 years after the original trilogy.
No, Liara can still be around. And other Asari, I think they can live up to 1,000 years. But yeah, everybody else is dead. I don't know. Worst of all, you've been gone so long, you don't even know if there's anybody left where you left. You left before everything went to crap. It's fully possible you're out there going like, there may not be humans anymore. Like, which was a weird choice. But the point is that Guy does not have the best credits. Like I said, supposedly, I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it, so I'm going to have to now put the tag on it. Supposedly, VileGuard devs are mixed into that team. So you just got to worry that it's going to get poisoned.
Mike Gable, I found 2 profiles for him. One for Mass Effect 3. He also did apparently have a hand in Andromeda and Anthem.
Well, none of that helps. Okay, yeah, there you go. Because I went to IMDb and it was only showing the Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, apparently he has 2 there's a Michael Gamble IMDb and a Mike Gamble IMDb.
He's so under the radar, people don't even know that's the same guy. I love that. It's like,
that's funny.
So we have an unknown working on it. Maybe he'll shock us. Maybe he learned his lesson from Mass Effect 3 and understands that we want story consequences that tie in appropriately instead of you just cutting off all the previous games events. Jax is just kind of randomly tossed in there. You're just like, wow, this is... Mass Effect 3 divorced itself from what I was expecting by so much. I really had high hopes for that game. That's all I can say is I really had high hopes because I was playing the series because they promised me that each sequel game was going to be heavily tied to the previous. We're not even talking about Andromeda. It said, we're taking 600 years on and going to the other end of the galaxy. Oh, okay, so you're getting away from the story about the ancient predator race and the killer machines, and then you get to Andromeda and you find out about an ancient predator race that for some reason humans can activate their tech, and I'm pretty sure I saw evil machines. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Is this a reboot? I think Andromeda was meant to be a reboot, if I'm being honest. I think it was meant to be a soft reboot. But anyway, I'm tired of Mass Effect already, and it ain't even out. What we got?
Let's see. This week we also had the 2025 Steam Awards get released. So,
how many awards got taken away? Because of AI. How many awards got taken away because of AI?
To my knowledge,
oh no, this is Steam. None. They're not stupid.
I mean, Steam Awards are much more community driven. So
there's less but like Steam does not interfere with them to the degree that these other awards do. He's very right. Which is why Hollow Knight won Game of the Year, but Clair Obscur was up in the running.
Yes.
And games that shouldn't have been there weren't. We didn't see like really terrible games.
Well, yeah, no, I mean the 5 games that were in the running: Arc Raiders, Clair Obscur, Dispatch, Hollow Knight, Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are all games that I heard hype about. So no, they're
all very good. They're all very good, and that's what I found amazing. That when you actually listen to the customers and the community, those other games don't even appear. Like, those other games don't even get in the running.
Like, I know people who play all of these games. Yeah. Where some of the other game awards, I was like, I don't even know anybody who likes this game. Yeah. But yeah, all 5 of these games are games that I know people who play. Now, VR game, I'm out of the VR scene, so I don't.
The games that they had, there wasn't a lot of competition. Midnight Walk is definitely the most stylish and interesting of those, yeah, by far. It was a very unique game. It's fun to watch. I did not buy it, but I've watched gameplay. The style is very Nightmare Before Christmas-ish. Cool game. And in VR, excellent.
And then we have the Labor of Love, which No Man's Sky managed not to get this year. It has gotten it so many times.
But it glossed out to Baldur's Gate 3, one of the biggest games in years.
Which I I think it lost out to Baldur's Gate 3 last year as well, but
They've been doing a lot, dude. They keep adding more content to Baldur's Gate 3, to my knowledge. I'm always seeing videos popping up about more stuff being added to it. And it is a game of the year, and I don't know if No Man's Sky's ever hit game of the year, so at least it's not losing to some rando game. This isn't like the Game Awards where something off the wall pops up and you're just like, what? You're confused as heck. Like, you're like, where the heck did that come from?
But yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I guess it's looks like it may have been a while since, let's see, Steam Awards. I'm curious who won last year on the labor.
Dude, I pulled up the Game Awards, and it's amazing how there's weirdo categories there that aren't on Steam where I'm looking and going like, what? Oh, yeah, I forgot they do that.
I know, Elden Ring got Labor of Love last year.
And another Game of the Year, if I'm correct. So
yeah. And then Red Dead Redemption got Labor of Love 2023. I thought No Man's Sky got it more than it apparently did. Cyberpunk got it in 2022.
Why does the Game Awards have a Content Creator of the Year? We don't even know who Oh, this is for streamers. It's Moist Critical one. Okay. I only know 2 of these people, and one of them I only know because I've seen him mocked so savagely. Kai Cenat. I've seen so many videos making fun of him. Moist Critical I've seen. You know, I'm not subscribed or anything, but I'm sorry. I'm comparing the Game Awards to the Steam Awards, and it's just, it feels stupid. Like, looking at it, it feels stupid.
I got it stuck in my head that No Man's Sky had won the Labor. It's never won the Labor of Love. It's been nominated every year.
It's your favorite game. We know. It's your favorite game.
Yeah, Mandela effect, huh?
Well, it's been nominated every year since 2018, but it's never actually won. But anyway, back to, let's see, we have Labor of Love. Then we had the best game on Steam Deck. Ended up being Hades 2. I can see that.
That's a good game. Good sequel.
Better with Friends. Peak won.
Which was a runner-up in the Game Awards. Peak was, it makes sense.
Outstanding visual style, Silent Hill F, which I will say does look amazing.
Oh no, like, yeah, it's an amazing. The multiple endings felt weird for Silent Hill, just the way they did it, especially what the story was about, and I'm not getting into it. I don't even want to start that discussion. But beautiful game. Story probably didn't hit with everybody, and that's the way I'll say it. The story's not for everyone.
Most innovative gameplay was Arc Raiders.
Makes sense.
Best game you suck at. Hollow Knight pulled in another one. We got our
Hollow Knight is a hard game, man.
Yeah, Where Winds Meet got a nomination. That was cool to see. And then best soundtrack was Claire Obscure.
Oh, that makes sense. There's not even competition there. But, like, here's a good example. Like, Game Awards had Ghost of Yotai in for best art direction. That crap didn't even make the running on Steam, and it shouldn't. It is far from comparable to Death Stranding, Claire Obscure, Hades. All of these games' visuals are genuinely unique. And Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F looks way better than Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah.
But, you know, they had to give at least Sony, you know, a little side hand job in order to keep them from flipping out.
Once again, Steam's obscurity kicked in with My Little Puppy as outstanding visual style finalist.
What? Huh?
My Little Puppy? Okay.
Yeah, I have no clue. Does it really have a nice visual style? Let's see. It's a corgi.
Where did you see Steam having something about a puppy? I didn't.
Outstanding Visual Style Award. Silent Hill F was the winner. The runner-ups were My Little Puppy.
Oh, look at that.
Which has a corgi flying with a dead corgi in hell, I guess. Because there's
that's some unique art stuff. It's different. I'd rather see something different than, like I said, I believe it deserves to be there more than Ghost of Yotai in the Game Award. Ghost of Yotai does not look unique, nor was it the best looking Asian game. We've played better looking games. My Little Puppy has a unique style. Look at it. They're on a boat. And there's a thing in the water. See? Look at that.
Alrighty.
You will not get me to stop hating on Ghost of Yotai.
All right. We got Outstanding Story Rich. Dispatch sounds cool. Like every time I read about it, like it is a very interesting game.
Dude, the debates. I mean, this is the best successor to those earlier Telltale games that were really good we've seen. It is actually quite and complex in the way the relationships play out. There are scenarios where the decisions you make have a very more real world like effect, where it's like you may think that the good aligned thing to do is to always tell the truth, but there are times when that doesn't go over as well. But there are times where it doesn't go over well, but in the end it does go over well, because it's better to be honest in the end, but the immediate results aren't always positive. They go into that level. They go into that level of complexity. It's a well done game.
Yeah. I was disappointed to see a remastered Last of Us here, but
Last of Us 2 story sucks. They ought to go to hell, man. That shouldn't even made it in there. But I told you my theory. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, incredible story, in depth, and immersion interactivity. Dispatch, incredible story. They put in No I'm Not Human, Dying Like the Beast in there as well. They just need to fill 3 slots, and I guess they decided we'll pick up The Last of Us 2. I don't think it came even close to competing with Dispatch and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I don't think it even came close. The Sony fanboys probably just barely managed to get The Last of Us 2 even in the running. And it's because they needed to fill 3 more slots. Because Dying Like the Beast is a great game. I enjoy it. It's not a game I played for story. Story was good, but it wasn't anything that I would suggest to anyone.
The story was formulaic.
Super formulaic. I mean, almost predictable.
Yeah.
Even the biggest surprise makes perfect sense when you consider the game was originally DLC.
Yeah, I mean, and that one wild card was a pleasant surprise. But other than that, I'm like, okay, I know this person's going to screw me. I know that I'm gonna have to find this other faction of it. It was very, very predictable. Now,
even the last boss fight, dude, wasn't that just always the boss fight in these games? It's like, oh, I guess I'll take the secret formula and turn into a monster.
Yeah,
I'm the alpha now. It's been done. So no, like if Dying Like the Beast got that, and No I'm Not Human is a niche horror game, and it's not even the deepest horror game I've seen this year. They needed to fill 3 slots.
Yeah.
And so don't worry. That's a shame spot. We had nothing better to do. I guess we'll toss this in there. I don't even think it made 3rd place. I believe Dying Light, the Dying Light 2, the remaster, made 7th place, and they only had 5 spots.
All right. Sit Back and Relax award went to RV There Yet.
RV There Yet. Come on, man. I know you're not a dad, but you get it.
I get it. It's painful, but I get it.
It was that fishing, that diving game one of the previous years. I mean, this is the light, silly games. And the RV There Yet, I have seen it pop up. I have not really paid any attention, but it's got its popularity.
What else was it? Power Wash Simulators, Slime Rancher, Mega Bonk. I mean, Power Wash Simulator, I've actually downloaded that with my son, and I'm like, dude, this is boring as all get out. At least are you there yet? Sounds like it would be a cool dad experience with your kids. So,
It's a silly multiplayer game that's pretty interesting. It's designed. It's kind of like Peak. I'm actually surprised it hit this category because it shares a bit of that multiplayer Peak style, but it's obviously not as hard as Peak. Peak's a challenging game, so. But yeah, no, the Steam Awards feel legit across the board. A lot of the games in here feel like they should be in here. Um, I can't really critique any of it. Even My Little Puppy, I wasn't joking. When I went to go look at it, it's got a unique art style. You know, it's more of that, like, it reminds me more of a,
I don't.
honestly, it looks like, what's that game you like? It looks like some of the Dragon Quest games art style, honestly, when you look at the monster.
Looking at this RV there yet though. I think the game should be smoking simulator. Like everybody has a cigarette in their mouth in this game. Even in the first person view, you see your cigarette sticking out.
Hey, they didn't say it was for kids. They just said it was. But very positive, popular game, came out this year. Dirt cheap, which is never a bad thing for a casual game. You don't want to pay $20-$30 for a casual game. But for $7, man, sounds like it's a decent game. I've seen Power Wash, but I don't think the second game hit like the first game. And also, they want too much for it. Because it's $21 on sale. I wouldn't pay $21 for Power Wash.
Weird ass reason, Power Wash like blew up on the streaming charts, man. Like people were just watching people power wash. Yeah. And
it's cathartic. I get it. I've watched it. It's cathartic, but it's not worth 20 something bucks. Hell no.
But yeah, there were so many streamers doing, let's plays of power wash and
hours. I never watched hours, but I've seen like Markiplier post like a 30, 45 minute plus video. I mean, I have a power washer, so, I mean, I just go power wash. It is cool to see how much it cleans stuff, like, watch something change complete color, but not to the point I'll watch it simulated, you know what I'm saying, aggressively.
Yeah.
You and your real-life 3D world,
Oh, no, dude, I spent a whole weekend power washing a fence at my last house, and to see the green come off the planks and actually see wood beneath, it is definitely rewarding in and of itself. Say, hey, I cleaned something.
My parents, they're old, and I'll catch them watching YouTube of people cutting grass and power washing, and stuff like that. There's apparently a lot of YouTubers doing it in real life and sharing.
Yeah, that's what I watched. Have you watched the restoration of the rusted? They'll find like a rusted antique.
No, I haven't.
And they'll fully restore it.
I've seen those. Yes,
it's awesome, man.
They'll find like some pocket watch that's been buried in the dirt like for 100 years, and I've seen stuff like that.
That's a service revolver put back together, man. And my Texas blood just sung to see that sucker put way back. It was like, I think 100 years old, man. I was just like, oh, that was awesome.
I've watched, like, as far as that reality stuff goes, I'll watch occasionally like some of the cooking stuff and then like blacksmithing. I like watching the blacksmithing stuff.
It is. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing with that, though. They're taking like an old thing and they're like sanding it and getting the rust off it and rebuilding it. Half of those guys are also blacksmiths because they have to rebuild some of the parts. Yeah, I wasn't talking about like somebody just like in its kitchen sink, just scrubbing it. No, like they're restoring it.
But yeah,
the acid dip to get the rust off. Bloodaxe knows what I'm talking about.
That's the end of the Steam Awards.
For 2025.
Yeah. Well, 2026 is already annoying me some. I was sort of looking to see how this, this new 007 game was doing, because I was like, I could play a new 007 game. That'd be sort of cool, And then this article came out where they Monster Vine did a interview with one of main Martin Emborg, who's working with that game. And one of the questions sort of made me turn and go, well, crap, they're gonna ruin this. And that's this right here. They go, Bond is known for being a smooth talker and at times a womanizer. Will we be seeing this side of him?
He looks like Eli Manning, so I don't think so.
And he's like, yeah, you will, but obviously, as they were saying on stage before, the character Bond has evolved. So he's evolved through the decades, and obviously we reflect modern values. So it's not going to be your old school Bond, which would just be tone deaf in this day. He's a modern guy.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Let me go ahead, Bloodaxe. I'll wait. Go ahead.
It's the death knell modern audience statement that's going to immediately, turn off a large majority of the gaming community. That's just people should have learned by now that if you're modernizing the game, you're automatically going to tune out probably about 30 to 50% of the gaming community immediately before your game even gets released.
I mean, my fear is that Bond has a iconic personality. He's had this iconic personality across many games, many movies, and once you try to start modernizing it, I mean, I get some, I do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there are things that we're seeing in Bond movies that he's done that would be unacceptable in these days. And I would have got it if he said, well, there's some things that just aren't acceptable anymore, but we're going to stay true to the character as best we can. If that would have been the comment, it would have been fine. But it's that modern values, modern guy talk that just gives me a bit of fear in what they're going to do with the character.
Short little story time. Do you guys want to know when I stopped being a fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Go ahead.
Tooth Fairy?
When he made a movie. No, they make every black guy or color do that. That's just a standard. Don't get me started on Hollywood makes us wear dresses and tutus. No, it was when he did the movie about Hercules. Because believe it or not, this isn't a new thing. Where they deconstructed the character. He wasn't a hero. He was a con artist. And let me tell you why that was stupid to me, on top of the fact that it was the deconstructing our hero. Just like they did the one where King Arthur was a fake and Merlin was a con. No, they've done this repeatedly. This isn't a new thing. When you hear, I'm going to make a live-action Hercules movie, or a live-action Samson, you're expecting a hero. You're expecting a reference to the myth and a heroic movie, because that name comes with an expectation. Wrapping that into this, James Bond is not popular or well remembered or famous because James Bond is a modern guy. He's the power fantasy of the smooth talking, most interesting main man. Remember the Dos Equis commercials, the most interesting man in the world? It was his suave and, to a certain degree, quite toxic masculinity that was part of the appeal. No guy ever expects to treat a woman the way James Bond treated most of the women he knew. But there's a part of you that's amazed he gets away with it. That he gets out of all the situations he gets out of because he's James friggin' Bond. He can get away. He can walk into the casino with the supervillain, surrounded by his enemies, play cards with the guy, talk crap, win, and get out of the building alive. That's not smart, but it's smooth and it's exciting. When you try to go, well, we're going to change James Bond. What are we going to change about him? Everything that makes him unique from other spies. Because other spies, they are more subtle. The truth is, you want to know what? I'm going to tell you something shocking. Look at me, Bloodaxe. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Zeno. Look at me, man. James Bond's a terrible spy. You do realize that a spy is not supposed to be obvious. You're not supposed to draw attention. The joke of James Bond is he's so lucky in plot armor, he can walk into a place and he isn't disguised as a waiter. He isn't being subtle. He's being really freaking obvious and everybody even knows who the hell he is. That's the world's worst spy.
Yeah, they all know his name. They all know what he looks like. And
they know he's coming. Yeah. But the point is that he's 007, bitch. He can still pull it off because he's bullcrap. If you try to change that, you don't have James Bond. You have something else. You have the Bourne identity or John Wick. You have a character who knows how to kind of lie low because even though his characters are well known, no. When John Wick would walk into a place, he'd sit in the corner when he wasn't trying to be obvious and take a drink and be chilling. You don't walk into a place shaking, not stirred. Everybody knows the way you like your damn drink. You know, that's how blatant he is. That's the appeal. He's over the top. Just like Dirty Harry being allowed to carry around a magnum gun and blow criminals away across the room, or Arnold Schwarzenegger walking around picking folks up by their head, it was all over the top. James Bond is not meant to be realistic, and he's not meant to be someone we empathize with. He's meant to be a, wow, it's James Bond. We're going to see some wild crap. I'm going to be blunt. He's supposed to be an a-hole. That's part of the character. You know what I mean? If you're just going to be real, he's an asshole.
James Bond's known for three things: getting in and out of really sticky situations
that are his fault a lot,
gadgets that, you know, the Secret Service gives him, and always getting the woman. I think there's only one film where James Bond didn't have intercourse, and that was because Timothy Dalton is the worst James Bond ever. But every other movie from Sean Connery all the way to Daniel Craig has intimacy scenes with James Bond. But Timothy Dalton, for whatever reason, he doesn't know how to do that kind of stuff. So anyway, but no, I mean, and you're right. But if you're changing who James Bond is, make him 009, make him something else. But no, you can try to profit on the name of James Bond 007. And you're going to turn off the people that would be interested in it because they're not going to be playing as James Bond.
Why don't you just do that? But here's why they don't do that, though, Bloodaxe. This is why they're stupid. Yeah, I call them stupid. Yeah, I'm name call. Because they tried. Guess what? Nobody's interested in other spy half the time. Half the time, that spy doesn't take off. Guess what? We don't have a James Bond, whatever, Bourne identity game that made it good. We don't have a lot. We do have a few, but they tend to be straight up assassins like Hitman. Heck, the best spy kind of game, and still it wasn't fully a spy game, that really took off for a while was probably the Splinter Cell, which made sense. You used your tech, you snuck in, and nobody saw you, which is what a spy really should do. A spy really should not be seen, and nobody should know who he is. Now, I'd like to see a game that tried to do that hardcore, but where you're not an assassin, you're actually a spy getting information. I think they should try that. But stop trying to turn James Bond into not James Bond. If he's problematic, then don't make a game about him. I don't get this. I don't want to see a movie about the head of the Ku Klux Klan. I don't want to see a game about the head of the Ku Klux Klan. If a person's problematic, don't make shit about him. Make something else. Am I wrong? I mean, tell me if I'm being unreasonable. Just don't do it. Make a new character. Make your perfect new spy. Make 0069. And, you know, roll with that. It is go whatever you're going to do with that. And they can be able to disguise as men and women and convincing and all of that. You can just do the whole nine, man. They're a blank slate. They ain't got no eyebrows or hair. They can put on any disguise, man. They can change their skin color. I don't know. Whatever the hell you're into.
I mean,
or let me make my own spy. How about that? Let's do a Xeno.
James,
make your own spy.
James Bond games have never really been good either. Anyway,
GoldenEye, but other than that,
I mean, GoldenEye, but that wasn't had anything to do with the actual character or the story. GoldenEye was good because of the multiplayer, like
the shooter aspect. But I mean, you still were going in as Pierce Bronson playing James Bond, but again, you're trying to just shovel a game out there with slap 007's name on it, and then we're supposed to eat the slop. And, gamers are starting to wake up and they're not going to be doing that anymore.
The last Bond game, I think, was 007 Legends back in 2012. And it got a medic score on PC of 26 out of 100. Most of the reviewers did 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, stuff like that. So, I mean, you mentioned Bourne Identity. I mean, the Bourne Identity game at least got a 7 out of 10 by most reviewers. So,
I know there was a game.
Yeah, it wasn't that popular. It came out back in 2008. It was the Bourne Conspiracy, but yeah, so I guess it's sort of moot. I was just sort of hoping to see a good game out of this one.
We're hoping wrong.
It looked nice, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. We'll move on now.
Wait a minute. Why was this the one you were looking forward to? Don't you know the most anticipated game of 2026 is Wolverine?
So Sony has patented AI generated video game tutorials.
Can you patent that? That's just a way to make tutorials. How do you patent a production style? No, really. Can you do that? Can you just say, hey, you can't make your sandwich with peanut butter and jelly? We patented that combo. Can you patent a way of doing something?
So they're saying that they also say that the ghost player that they're talking about could be trained by YouTube and Twitch. So it could be stealing people's Let's Plays.
No, hold on. Don't you ignore what I just said, motherfucker. Now, so does that mean no one else is allowed to have an AI tutorial? Like, how do you patent a way of producing something that's so basic and broad as using AI to make your tutorial? That feels like a massive overreach.
Yes, they're trying to patent the AI ghost character, basically.
So it has to be a ghost. If it's not a ghost, then the patent won't hit anybody.
Yeah.
So Sony's facing Nintendo with stupid patents.
But the way you said that, though, the ghost could be Yoda or something. So that feels like that still stretches beyond just a ghost. Like, I don't know, dude. That patent sounds weird and like it shouldn't have been allowed. I don't even like AI use in games that much. I don't hate it like other people. But I find it weird somebody can patent using AI in video games to produce certain things. Can we patent using AI to do graphics? Are we missing a good patent opportunity there, Zeno?
But yeah, it says Sony proposes the idea of ghost assistants where the game session connects to a artificial intelligence engine. That engine generates what Sony calls a ghost character who will basically show the player what needs to be done in that specific portion of the game. It also went on to mention possibly using a camera to see what you're looking at, so it can tell you what you're looking in the wrong area, or that you're stupid. Also have voice conversations with you, so you could go, "Hey, how do I beat this game?" Or how do I find and it would tell you. So
Sony is trying to find a way to trick its crazy idiots who will fall for it. Fanboys of Sony are dumb. Into allowing an AI to monitor them face and all?
Yes.
I guess with the cursor pointing on the screen, they're going to have you look in the wrong direction, jackass. And
they didn't say the cursor. They said the camera. It's looking at you. It's looking at your eyes. It's making eye contact.
How is that going to happen if you're playing on a console like a PlayStation that doesn't have a camera looking at the player?
They're going to roll that out.
And if you don't set a camera up, then you can't play the game. If you
don't have the camera, it can't do the face tracking. So they'll have to ask you, where are you looking, idiot?
Like I said, this is about as ridiculous as Pokemon, Nintendo trying to say that you can't have balls to capture creatures and all the crazy crap they're doing with Power World.
You can't ride your monsters, because what? Riding
I know, because that's strictly a Pokemon game. We've never had
Actual
that with
features?
anything else. So when you try to play the Pandora game, the Avatar Pandora game, you can't ride the monsters because that's a Pokemon. This is ridiculous. It really, really kind of is. And I'm here for it. I can't wait for the lawsuits. This is going to be so much content we're going to have for years to come. We're going to absolutely enjoy this.
Well, I'm just going to point out something. I believe it was merely a week ago that I pointed out about Sony's god-awful security and getting hacked constantly.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have to really explain how terrible an idea that'll be. To actually, and I get it, we're on a video, but we also understand that. We're video personas. We show our faces, but like having everybody in their household have an AI recording their faces and their room and everything they're doing in a Sony database. No way Sony's not going to keep recordings. That crap's going to be out on 4chan within a few months. like Sony can't keep anything secure. That is a tragedy waiting.
No, I mean, and yeah, I mean, dude, don't get me started on this, Flynn. Flynn in the chat room. I despise.
They will sabotage you, Flynn. You're right. They'll try to make you use it by sabotaging you mid-game and making you get stuck. That is genius.
I
You're
despise
right.
the internet solution method of gaming. It is the, and this is just a whole new level of that. I mean, I miss when you couldn't look up the answers and where all the hidden shit was, and you actually had to play a game and discover it on your own, you know. And when you did find something or you did complete a game, it was a true achievement because there wasn't 10,000 other people who had already done it because they looked it up on the internet, you know. Now they won't even have to look it up on the internet. They'll just ask the game to play itself.
Well, that's way worse because at least you have a tighter control. Because like you said, I get your complaint, but it's also, you could just not look it up is the other part of that. Like it becomes, to me, it's an anti-frustration thing because I'm also not caring what other people do. I'm not competing with anybody really. But I will say that the idea of that now something will literally pop up and have went and watched the tutorial for you. What did I first say when you told me, Zeno? Do you remember what I said? I said, so the game plays itself pretty much at this point.
My problem with the mentality, though, of looking up, it's not it's just competitive. It's also because games have basically gone, okay, I mean, look, Remnant 2 did it as a joke, but games have adapted themselves to expect you to look things up. Where you used to be able to do cool things and find new stuff, and you were like, "Oh man, look, I'm you know, you get that power trip because it's like, oh, I created something that is overpowered or awesome." Now the games expect you to find all the collectibles and all the, to even complete the game sometimes. Because you
I agree. That's actually my counterpoint, but we're on the same page. Games now don't bother making stuff intuitive as much. Because there have been so many scenarios where I spent hours doing what you're saying and looking and looking and looking. And then I come to find out, I'm like, screw it, I'm going to look it up. Oh, I was never going to find it. I literally was never going to find it because they just did something random because they assumed somebody would go into the code and find out where it is. And because, I mean, people literally go into the back end and they'll find out where something spawns. And that's happened a lot. There have been a lot of times. That's why I enjoyed Black Myth Wukong, where I was able to find pretty much everything. Like, I got 90% of the stuff in that game through natural gameplay. You know what I'm saying? And that was without me not even spending a lot of energy. Like, on my first playthrough, I missed almost nothing. Like, I went back at the end, and I had missed, like, a wee little bit. Like, just a wee little bit. And unfortunately, it was what you expected. I think it's one of those, hey, you know how jumping off cliffs kill you? Not this time. which is always frustrating to me because running around and jumping in every damn hole to try to see which one isn't a pit has never been intuitive to me at all. Like, there needs to be a hint. But, yeah. And I'm not sure, and that might have been something else that was in. I can't remember if Black Mirror or Roll Long where one of the finds was, like, really unintuitive. But I agree that I think it's caused even designers to be lazy because they're like, oh, we can put it anywhere. They'll find it.
Well, and if they're lazy with you're looking stuff on the internet, now you add an AI, they're going to basically go, whoa, yeah, you're going to have to use the AI in some points. And as you mentioned earlier, we're already having issues with drain on resources because of AI. And now you're wanting to start putting this in all of our games and forcing people to use AI there. And that sort of brings me to this next article I was looking at where, yes, I mean, things like this, AI chips are going to kill affordable gaming, and it's going to get worse as people patent stuff like this and start implementing AI in the games. I mean, Where Winds Meet has AI conversations all throughout it. I mean, I love the game, but that's just the start of AI getting more and more entwined into gaming. And yeah, soon, I don't know if I'll be able to afford to do my, every 4 to 5 years building a new power PC,
Well, that was what I was saying when we talked about it earlier, and you told me to hold off. I can bring it up now. This doesn't sound cheap. Like, that sounds expensive. Like, having an AI that's looking and doing all this, how the heck is that game not going to be $200 if it's got an AI assistant that's live, it can look at your face, and it reacts to... Okay, we've seen this on Where Winds Meet, where it'll say, too many people are chatting to this AI right now. Imagine you got 10,000 people live on your game, which, by the way, not that big of numbers if you've seen Steam. Not that big of numbers at all. It gets way bigger. And you got an AI that's supposed to be able to go in and help 50% of these people or more at a time. How much does that cost? That sounds like that's super expensive. Super expensive. And that's why I'm like, and then, like he just said, game prices are going to have to rise because that's demanding. Because a big game, hold on, okay. Name a game. Name a popular game.
Other than Star Citizen?
I'm being serious. Name a popular game right now. Anyone, just anything.
Was it Battlefield 6 was the newest one, one of the ones that came out?
That's not even fair. We know millions of people are playing that. That's crazy. Name a popular game that's not multiplayer.
Borderlands 4.
Well, I wouldn't call that popular, but okay.
Well,
low numbers.
It was heavily advertised.
I mean, we were just talking about games of the year and stuff. I mean, look up Dispatch.
Okay. By the way, even with Borderlands right now, as bad as it's doing, it's sitting on 9,555 24-hour peak. So 9,000 24-hour peak. Dispatch is sitting on 16,000. That's just on Steam. Like I said, and these are small numbers. Y'all didn't really pick any of the ones that have a higher player count.
I wasn't going to say Hollow Knight because I can only imagine Hollow Knight,
But like I said, look at that game and imagine how much activity. Okay, here's a better middle one. Single player game, not multiplayer, fairly popular. Kingdom Come Deliverance has a 24-hour peak of 56,000. That's on Steam. How are you going to not be spending a buttload of money if you had this feature for this game? For AI. I mean, yeah, somebody's got to swallow the cost. It's never going to be the company.
Well, yeah,
it's going to come to the player.
We're going to see more monetization, dude. Most likely, Sony is going to do something like, to maintain our servers, now to play games, you have to have our $20 a month package. Or
oh my God, I just realized what they're doing. I hate Sony. No. The AI is not just going to show up and tell you how to do it. It's going to try to sell you something to get past the problem. Fuck. It's going to literally pop up and go, you know what you need? You need the fire armor for $5.
All right, you can just skip this whole thing for 10.
And you get the achievement.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's going to be special achievements for paying the AI. You know, for completionists like you.
True.
You want
True.
100%? You got to spend $100 on the AI.
Actually, Flynn does have a good point. They'll sell your information. They're gathering so much information through the camera and through your interaction with the AI. They'll just sell that to corporations.
Yeah, they'll sell the part that doesn't get stolen. You're right.
It's all part of the algorithm.
Yeah. Yeah, but they already do sell our information, but they're going to have more information because of this.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, just another way to data mine consumers.
Oh my goodness, they're gonna be salesmen. It's not just gonna be your data though. It's gonna try to sell you stuff. This is the new loot box. Because here's why. Now the AI can custom create something to sell you. Hey, you know what? You're not good at blocking, but you like two-handed swords. How would you like to buy the auto block feature? Blocks your attacks for you. It can literally custom sell you crap on the fly that it puts together features and items and equipment. You seem to like lightning damage. Would you like plus 20% lightning damage? Here's a ring.
Here's a really cool ring. Gives you plus lightning damage and stamina regen.
Yep, right there. $5. Oh, I hate Sony so much. Not because they even patented it, it's because they put the idea out there. You know what? I take it back. I love Sony. Because that means only Sony people got to deal with it because they patent it. I take it back. Sony, patent all the AI stuff. I'm going to need you to patent AI loot boxes, AI custom in-game features. I need you to, because screw Sony players. So hey, Sony, go ahead, man. Your people are fanatics. They'll go for it. We need Sony to patent all of this. I am pro Sony patents now. Patent everything AI related to video games, Sony. Keep it all to yourself, baby.
You don't think Microsoft's going to want to dip their toe in that pool?
They can if Sony patents it first. Come on, guys. We got a root for Sony.
You know they're gonna just change the way the patent is worded to be something different instead of looking at your eyeballs or look at your nose and there's ways to get around patents to make your own patents.
I believe in Sony's legal team, and I fully support them acquiring patents for AI features in games.
I don't know. A lot of those features I don't think are going to be part of the patent itself, though, because eyeball tracking is already a major patented technology. So, I mean, maybe implementing it into AI may not be patented, but it's,
for video games specifically,
but it's
come
one
on,
of those
Vito,
where
get on board,
there's a precedent for a reasonable step there from current patents. So I don't see that as being something they'll be able to lock out.
Why can't you ever be on the team, man? We're trying to root for Sony here. We've never done that on Dicejunkies. We get to root for Sony.
All right.
Lockdown AI video game mechanics, Sony. I need you to take them all to yourself. Don't share with anybody.
And with that, I think we're gonna wrap up, man.
You just want to play Enshrouded.
I do want to play Enshrouded, but I also
where wins meat, man.
I'm gonna hold off on that one.
Last time you did that, you had to scramble on a Sunday and try to do everything before the show.
I'm not gonna hold off that much.
Okay, you say that, but watch Friday. He's gonna be like, "Hey, man, can I stay home instead of us all hanging out? I really need to get this."
All right, guys. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere we are online: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,